And we have breaking news to report tonight just north of downtown Evansville. The scene is in the 700 block of East Virginia, about 7 blocks east of North Main Street. You're looking at the scene now outside the 7-Eleven Tavern. Now, our crew at the scene reports that 4 people have been shot. We understand that there are apartment units above the tavern. Some of those who have been shot have been taken to Deaconess Hospital, not far away from the scene here. But again, we are reporting 4 people shot in an incident in the 700 block of East Virginia near the 7-Eleven Tavern. About 7 blocks east of North Main Street. As details become available, we'll get to those as soon as possible. And good evening, everyone. We begin tonight with breaking news following a shooting incident in Evansville. Hello, I'm Brad Bird.
And I'm Tina Stein. Evansville police say 4 people were shot at a bar on East Virginia Street. This is 7 blocks east of Main Street.
Eyewitness News' Ryan Brashler is live at the scene with the latest information on this. Ryan, what can you tell us at this hour?
I can tell you right now that this is not an active shooter situation, but it is a very dynamic scene here. It is not in the 7-Eleven Tavern here on East Virginia Street. It's in an apartment behind the 7-Eleven Tavern on East Virginia Street. There are multiple gunshot victims, some of whom transported themselves to the hospital. Others were taken to the hospital by ambulance. You can see the door to the apartment there in the shot that you see right now. Police are still trying to talk to some suspects or victims. They're not sure who the victims and who the suspects are quite yet in this situation. It is a very dynamic scene, and we're not exactly even sure how many victims there are or who or what even really happened in that apartment at this hour. This is a very fluid situation here. We will continue to follow it and keep you updated right here on Eyewitness News.
Ryan, this is a fairly compact neighborhood north of the downtown area. The scene itself, I don't see many people standing near the scene. What about that neighborhood? What can you tell us about that?
When I first arrived here about 40 minutes ago, there was a pretty good-sized crowd watching what was going on here on East Virginia Street, but they have all dispersed at this point. It is a little cold, it is a little rainy, so once people kind of got tired of the newness of it all, they went home, and police are now able to have a little bit of space and be able to do their job and investigate this incident.
And just to be clear, the incident did not happen inside the bar.
Correct. It happened in an apartment that is attached to behind the bar, but not actually in the tavern itself.
All right. Eyewitness News' Ryan Brashler at the scene of the 7-Eleven, a tavern just east of North Main Street in Evansville. Thanks, Ryan.
And we continue to follow the breaking news in Evansville, where 4 people were shot.
Eyewitness News' Ryan Brashler is on the scene with new information. Ryan, you're in the 700 block of East Virginia, east of North Main. What's the latest on this?
Just east of North Main, just west of Highway 41. I'm right in front of 7-Eleven Tavern here on East Virginia Street. The shooting did not happen inside the bar itself. It happened in an apartment that's attached to the rear of the bar. If you can pan over this way just a little bit, we just saw some police officers searching that parking lot right there at the corner of Virginia and Morton Avenue. Police do have a wide area cordoned off here on Virginia Street. It goes down about 2 blocks to the east and about 1 block to the west, and they also have Morton Avenue blocked off. I am told that 7-Eleven Tavern is still open. We haven't seen anybody leave or enter the tavern at this hour, but I am told that the bar is still open. Police are talking to detectives as we speak, hoping to get a little bit of an update coming up here in just a few minutes. We're not exactly sure. This is still a very dynamic, very fluid situation. There are multiple victims. You can see there the apartment in which the shooting happened. That door behind the police officer there, that door is just ajar right there. That is the entrance to the apartment where this shooting occurred. We're not even really sure what the number of the victims are in this case so far. Jason Cullum says that there are multiple victims. They're not sure who is a victim in this case or who could be a potential suspect in this case. They're still trying to get the really details from the people that were at the scene. Some of the victims, or some of the people who were shot, drove themselves to the hospital. Others were transported by ambulance, and they're at different hospitals around the area too. So it's making it a little more difficult to get the information that police need to really get a lead in this case. As soon as we know anything more, we'll continue to keep you updated on Twitter and on social media, and also right here on Eyewitness News at 10.
Now, the information we first received that was there were 4 people shot, so there's conflicting information at this point, Ryan?
I asked Jason if the number was 4. He said he wasn't sure at this point. He just said to use the word multiple, and that would probably be the most accurate, definite number. He said he had also heard several different numbers of people who were shot in this case as well. So he didn't want to put a definite number on it, just to say multiple.
But you indicate that some of the people who may have been shot actually drove themselves to the hospital. All right.
Yeah, some of them either drove themselves or had someone take them to the hospital. Not all of them were transported by ambulance, but they are at different hospitals around the area. Deaconess Hospital is very close to this scene right here, but not all of the victims, I'm told, went to that Deaconess downtown complex.
All right, Eyewitness News, Ryan Brashler live at the scene at the 7-Eleven Tavern north of downtown Evansville, where multiple people shot tonight.